This is the moment. European Championship final, Moscow. Light flyweight division, 48 kg. Paddy Barnes from the Holy Family Boxing Club in Belfast in blue, taking on Elvin Mamishzade of Azerbaijan in the European final 2010. Now it will be very interesting what Paddy Barnes' strategy will be here. He's been very disciplined all through this championship campaign, playing a very defensive role initially. He's taking on the European Junior Champion 2009. He won it in Poland last year, Elvin Mamishzade. He beat two very highly rated opponents on the way to the final. It's his first year in senior ranks, and he's just 18 years of age. He's a bit of a switcher, as they say in boxing. He's essentially an orthodox boxer, but he can change styles to southpaw rather easily. Paddy Barnes very much playing to the judges and to the system that's operating here in Russia for this European Championship, to the scoring system, which is basically having patience to unlock the opponent's defense rather than pounding on the door and not being allowed in. You can see he's adopting a strategy that brought him to the final, with a very heavy guarded face, good defensive wall, and you'll have to keep it all the way through. We saw Elvin Mamishzade in the semi-final against Daniel Jan Pophanes from Armenia, and he beat 8-1, and he was a very fast mover. Good jab, got inside the defensive cover of the Armenian and kept moving around the ring. So once he gains control, it's very difficult to find the range or indeed the target. And I'm sure that Billy Walsh and the Irish team and Paddy Barnes would have been looking at the videos, watching this guy's strategy over the last couple of days, making sure that everything is absolutely right. History in the making for Ireland. Already Paddy Barnes has made history, winning silver, the very first silver medal for Ireland since the European Championships were initiated way back in 1925. Paddy Barnes is seeking to win for Ireland their 6th gold medal in the history of the championships. Still no score. 30 seconds left in the opening round. Traditionally has always been a sussing out period for both boxers. But this, of course, is adding to the tension. We seem to have helmet problems there for Paddy Barnes. And Billy Walsh is going to ensure that that is firmly under the chin of the 23-year-old from the Holy Family Club of Belfast. Paddy Barnes, orthodox boxer. 1 point for Paddy Barnes. There was a good counter punch. Got inside the cover as the Azerbaijan youngster, teenager, went for the body punch. Paddy Barnes responded magnificently. It's the opening round to Paddy Barnes and to Ireland. It's round 2 here in the Ice Palace Theatre, Megasport in Moscow. Paddy Barnes in the all blue strip, leading after the first round by 1-0 against Elvin Mamishzade of Azerbaijan, 18-year-old, kitted out in red. A surprise packet of the European Championships in this division. It was expected that it was going to be the Russian that got here to the final. But Elvin Mamishzade took care of him in the earlier rounds and then beat a very hotly fancied Armenian in the second round. Those two boxers sparred against each other recently in Dublin. As Paddy Barnes revealed to me after the last bout, they weren't really trying, either one of them. But also they expressed surprise that they were going to be facing each other now in this European final. It's a big step up for the 18-year-old from Azerbaijan, taking on an Olympic bronze medalist from Beijing. Paddy Barnes has changed his style so much in the last year or so, accepting that this is the system that's now operating at this highest level, international European Championship level, and he has to adopt a strategy. And you can see he's a much more disciplined, more patient boxer, willing to put up the defenses, and then when he gets an opportunity to come out and box. Exchange of blows as Paddy again tries to break down the Azerbaijan defensive cover. You see now that the Azerbaijan boys has decided to come out a little bit more, go away with the defensive cover and try and outmaneuver, out-strategize. Paddy for Belfast is falling for no fancy tricks. There's a lovely right straight, and it has gained him a second point. So enough of the fancy stuff, says Paddy Barnes. I'll continue on with my policy. Billy Walsh has instructed right from the beginning of these European Championships. Left jab is working well for Paddy Barnes. Jerry Story, his coach in Belfast, will be well pleased to see this young fella that just emerged onto the Irish international squad back in 2007 when Paddy Barnes beat Jimmy Moore. There's a great right from the Azerbaijan teenager, which gains him a point as Paddy went in but allowed himself to be exposed. Jerry Story has done tremendous work for Paddy Barnes. There's another point for Paddy Barnes. He's doing rather well, and as we've seen all week here in Moscow, that once you get a lead, normally you maintain it unless you do away with your defensive strategy. And Paddy Barnes, as you can see, is not being sucked into a brawl. At the end of round 2, Paddy Barnes leads by 3 points to 1. Paddy Barnes is 3 minutes away from history. The first gold medal for Ireland since 1991. Can he do it? He's leading at the end of the second round by 3 points to 1. He led the first by 1-0, and it is now on the verge of history. Paddy Barnes in blue, facing Elvin Mamishzade of Azerbaijan in the red in the European Final 2010. We're in round 3, and we've 2.5 minutes before Ireland possibly win their 6th gold medal in the history of amateur boxing. And it is young 23-year-old Paddy Barnes that's on the verge of that historic moment. Azerbaijan has to come out and box. He has to try and break down this defensive cover. But Paddy Barnes has worked all the way through since he arrived in this beautiful city of Moscow. He beat Istvan Lakatos from Hungary 12-4. He beat England's Anthony Stubbs 8-1. He beat Jose de la Nieve Linares of Spain, originally from the Dominican Republic 6-3. And here he is in the European Championship final. We have never, ever won gold in this division. Paddy Barnes made history during the week by winning silver, at least silver, by getting to the final. But he's now possibly going to upgrade it and change the colour of the medal from silver to gold. You are indeed watching Irish boxing history. 1.5 minutes to go. He's 2 points to the good. He must keep up that defensive cover and not allow the European Junior Champion of 2009 from Azerbaijan to break him down. Still, Paddy Barnes holds firm. Left cross, left jab, right hook is all working, but he must maintain his composure. He's heading towards 1 minute away from a gold medal. Still Paddy Barnes. The Irish supporters, few and all as they are, beginning to shout here in the Ice Palace Megasport Theatre in Moscow. A 23-year-old from the Holy Family in Belfast. A young lad that started boxing at a very young age. He lost his first 15 bouts when he started boxing. And here he is at 23 years of age, about to win gold for his country. It is a historic moment for Ireland. 38 seconds left on the clock. Still, the Azerbaijan fights heroically to try and break down the Irishman's cover. And Paddy Barnes shows just why he is an Olympic bronze medalist. The left cross superbly gaining him an extra point. He now has a 3-point cushion. 19 seconds to go. Paul Griffin's medal won in Gothenburg in Sweden was the last time that Ireland won gold. That is 19 years ago. The very first time that we won 2 medals was back in 1939 in Dublin. But here we are, 3 seconds away. Paddy Barnes lets down the fist. He knows he is the European champion. He is a gold medalist. And Paddy Barnes, 23 years of age, from the north side of Belfast, has won a gold medal for his country. Let Ireland rejoice. Paddy Barnes, 4 points. Elvin Mamishzade, 1 point. And here it is, Ireland's 6th gold medal. Their first in 18 years since 1991. We got our first 2 gold medals back in 1939, but Paddy Barnes makes history. He's Ireland's